Yeah, all right, good. All right, good. All right, so we've got a core flow, core focus program coming up, and let's start standing. Need a little sip of water. So just kind of lift your feet, kind of get your feet organized underneath you. Maybe pull up your toes and then pull up your heel. Just feel what it takes to be balanced on these feet. And then when you settle your feet down, you can even kind of sway a little forward and back or side to side. Just kind of feel what muscles engage to help you stay balanced. You probably notice that a lot of them are in kind of this vicinity as opposed to being so much in my legs, right? Yeah, I mean, there's some work in the legs, but a lot of it's in this vicinity. All right, great. And let's start off with, so I always like to talk about the notion of I'm lengthening my tailbone. So here's my tailbone stuck up in the air, and here's my tailbone lengthened down, right? So that is, we call that an anterior tilt, right? And this other extreme would be a posterior tilt, right? And I'm not saying to go all the way into this deep tilt at all. So it's not curled underneath me. It's just almost aimed straight down. So if it was like my tail, it's just straight down. All right, good. And that automatically lifts me a little bit in the front. So that's what I want. Put my hands here first and draw my shoulders back. We're going to inhale standing. And then exhale, lift your chest, come into a little back bend. My shoulders go back, I'm lifting my chest, coming into a little back bend. And then inhale back up, and then let's exhale and then inhale our arms up overhead. Now I'm going to forward fold, just perpendicular to the floor. So I'm going to inhale here, I'm going to exhale, and I'm just falling forward, and I'm perpendicular to the floor when I get to the bottom. I'm going to inhale up with a flat back. Now let's take our back bend, really reassert this lengthened tailbone, and then inhale here and exhale. It's a little back bend, but I'm going back a little bit. Inhale back up, exhale, bow it forward. Inhale back up, exhale, a little back bend. So just kind of notice what muscles are engaging in these different positions. Inhale, reach up, exhale, bow it forward. And inhale, come up, and you can exhale, arms coming down by your side. Let's go into, we'll do a half sun salutation. So again, just feeling my feet solidly underneath me, lengthen my tailbone. I'm going to inhale my arms up. Exhale, forward fold, so my knees bend, I come all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way to the beginning. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. We'll go again, half sun. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, reverse, and exhale, hands in front of the heart. Last one for a half sun sal. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Great. So we'll do 3 sun sals. So I'm going to come more to the top of my mat, so I've got plenty of room. And I'll show the variations of how we lower ourselves to the ground. So we'll build up to a full chaturanga, but I'll give you options along the way. If a full chaturanga is in your practice, you can take it from the beginning. So then inhale, my arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Enjoy that. Exhale, forward fold. Now my hands really make contact, and I step back to plank. So really find my plank. Inhale, and then exhale here in my plank. And inhale. Exhale, I can lower my knees and then lower my chest. This would be the easiest way to come down. So that's the easiest way, and it works for many people. Untuck my toes. Inhale, cobra. I can come this high or not quite as high. Again, that's my personal choice. Exhale, drop back down. And then inhale as I tuck my toes, and I can come back to all fours as a break, and I'm on my way to down dog. So strong arms, I'm gonna inhale up for down dog, exhale. Inhale, come up on my tippy toes. Exhale, walk forward, 2, forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale. Beautiful. We will add on sun sow B. I'm going to inhale my arms up. I'm going to exhale and sink into chair pose. So I'm sinking into chair pose. I'm standing about hip width apart. I've hinged at the hip. My knees have bent. My ankles are also bent, right? Everything's bent. Inhaling here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more cycle of breath, just really holding it here. Then I'm going to inhale and then exhale, forward fold. Just come right out of the chair into forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. My hands come down. Step or hop back into plank. Lowering number 2 would be a half chaturanga. So I do lower my knees on top of my toes. My elbows are going to draw back by my body, and I'm going to half chaturanga on my way down. Beautiful. I'm going to inhale, cobra. Exhale, I lower myself down, tuck my toes, and if I can come to all fours, or I can push through plank up to down dog, and inhale here, and exhale. Inhale my right leg up, adding on. Exhale, step my right foot forward, put my left foot down into a warrior 1 position. Inhale all the way up, and we're going to come forward into warrior 3. So arms up would be the hardest. I could choose to be here or here, so I can make that choice. Let's catch up with our breathing. I'm going to inhale here, then I'm going to exhale to come forward, and my knee can stay bent or I can straighten my front leg, that's kind of personal choice, whichever one I prefer. And I can be up this high or I can take myself over. That's up to me how far over I go. And then inhale back up. Exhale, my hands are going to come down. I'm going to step back to plank again. Inhale here, and then here would be a full chaturanga. I take myself forward on my tippy toes, and I just lower my whole body down that way. Untuck my toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck my toes, and then inhale up. Down dog, take as many steps as I need to take. Open my mouth and exhale. Now I'm going to inhale my left leg up. Exhale, step my left foot forward, right foot comes down, inhale, warrior 1, and again, and I've got this ankle injury here, so I'm going to choose to have my arms here, which is a little bit easier than my arms here. Inhale here, we'll exhale, come forward. Inhale out, I'm making a little bit of progress with that ankle. And then exhale, my hands are going to come down. So again, a full vinyasa, you make your choice of how you lower yourself down. And we'll inhale up to down dog. So you make these choices that suit your body, very important. You don't want to follow anybody else's lead. You want to be true to where your body and how your body feels. Let's inhale here and exhale. Inhale, come up on my tippy toes. Exhale, walk it forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, exhale. We'll take sun south C. Inhale, my arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time I'm going to take my right knee back into and get ready for a low lunge. And I can stay kind of hunkered down with my hands down. If I wanted to be on blocks, my hands could be on blocks. And I want to put my right knee back a little bit because I'd like an angle here, so I'm stretching my hip flexor. But this knee, my left knee is stacked over my left ankle. And I'm gonna inhale here, really dropping my hip. Then I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna push my hip back, and I'm gonna lift my toes and come into a half split. Beautiful. Inhale forward. So it'll be a cycle of 3. Exhale, half split. Inhale forward. Exhale, half split. And inhale forward. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Inhale, and then a little vinyasa flow here if you like, or you can skip it and go right to down dog, which is also always an option. Inhale and dog, and exhale. I'm going to inhale my right leg up, step my right foot forward. Again, knee stacked over this ankle, dropping my left knee down, keeping that nice angle for my, stretching my hip flexor there. Inhale, drop my hips. Exhale, push back, lift my toes, half split. Inhale, come forward, really drop the hip when I come forward. Exhale, push back, half split. Inhale, forward. Last time, exhale, push back, half split. Inhale and come forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale and then exhale, lower yourself however you like to lower yourself to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower and get organized, and inhale all the way up to down dog. Then open my mouth and exhale. Inhale forward on my tippy toes. Exhale, walk forward, forward, fold. Head really relaxes here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward, fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way to standing. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Great, beautiful, long sequence. I'm gonna have a sip of water, and we're gonna change directions. So actually, let's come to the, I'll take you down sort of the traditional way. Let's come to your front of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then just take one knee back. And take the other knee back, because mostly I want to just put myself down and come supine. And we'll do some supine work. Sometimes we often start class on our back. This class, because of the core focus, I wanted to start standing. But now that we're on our backs, I want you to lift up your hips so you can lengthen your tailbone underneath you. You're going to leave the curve of your lumbar spine. So I want you to be lying on the ground in the same position you would be in if you were standing, albeit that maybe your knees are bent. But other than that, your torso is identical to how it would be if you were standing, right? So you've got the curve under your neck, the opposite curve for the thoracic spine, so you've got complete contact with the floor in your 12 vertebrae of your thoracic spine. Then the 5 vertebrae of your lumbar spine naturally come off the floor, right? I'm not in a pelvic tilt to take that curve away. I'm allowing that curve to be there. Great. And let's have our arms down by our side. And I'm going to put my palms down on my mat, and my feet are down on my mat. My feet are fairly close underneath my knees, and I'm going to come up into bridge with an inhale. So I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to press my hands and press my feet and float up into bridge on an inhale. And then I'm going to exhale, and drawing up from my pelvic floor, exhale and uncurl back down again. So inhale to float all the way up. It's very relaxed in the abdominal region in the inhale. And then exhale, really activate all those muscles from your pelvic floor on up to your ribs on your exhalation. And inhale and exhale. Inhale Exhale. And inhale, press feet, press hands. And exhale, come back down. And one more time, press hands, press feet, and inhale and float it up. Super relaxed in the abdominals to float up. Exhale, activate those abdominals as you draw everything back. Beautiful. Now relax, hugging my knees in and rocking my sacrum. So just kind of relax everything here. Take the work out for a moment. Beautiful. Now, put your feet down, and then what's going to happen is this. I'm going to lift my right leg up so that my thigh is perpendicular to the floor, right? So it's straight up from the floor, and my calf is parallel to the floor. So I've made a little L shape with my right leg, and then notice the area between your hip bones is your transverse abdominis links right across there, and then it wraps around the back, right? So that's what's going to get really activated here. Now, because if you lift up your left leg into the same position, now you should really feel those muscles working to hold your legs up. Okay, so you can kind of put your legs down again, and then lift them up and feel that activation, and put them down, and lift them up and feel that activation. Feel it? Okay, good. Now, we're going to just do some tapping. So you're going to breathe naturally, so kind of inhale here, and then as you exhale, tap your right toe on the ground. Inhale to pull it up, exhale to tap, inhale up. So it's kind of short breaths here. Now let's do this to fatigue. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. All right, great. Now put your feet down and feel either side of your mat with your feet. Relax everything. I got a little bit of tension in my quadriceps, so see if you can relax them here for the moment. My hips stay solidly on the ground, still with my lumbar curve. And now I'm going to really relax my torso in inhalation and exhalation as I drop my knees from side to side. So I'm dropping my knees to the right with a big inhale. And even when I exhale, I'm not going to have it be an effortful exhale. I want it to be an easeful exhale so that I can just sort of relax these muscles that I'm working hard in this practice for this moment of this windshield wipering of the knees. So we're intending this to be a respite. Now your core, of course, is all of these muscles in the front, all of the muscles on the side, and all of the muscles behind in your whole lumbar spine area. That's all still my core, right? We can kind of tend to think about rectus abdominis, the so-called six-pack area, and think that that's our core, but it's actually 360 degrees. It's kind of a beautiful thing. The whole torso really functions together to support and keep me upright. So let's hug our knees in. So right now, we're going to kind of use all 360 degrees, because what we want to practice now is we're going to try to roll up, okay? So I like to kind of pull my knees towards me, and I'm lifting my sacrum up off the floor. And then I'm going to rock this way. And maybe it's a little rock at first. Then I'm going to rock back again, and maybe I rock a little higher. And so just kind of keep rocking. We call this rolling like a ball in Pilates. So just keep rocking and just notice what muscles are contributing to this activity. It's also a little bit of a spinal massage, which I also like. So maybe a couple more rolls. Great, and then you can come up, and we're going to come around to all fours. And I'm going to put my hands underneath my shoulders, if I have wrist issues, I can absolutely be on fists if that's preferable to me. Otherwise, I like to spread my hand and kind of make all my knuckles help to hold my arms up. And then I also like to, so here's my arms kind of casual. I like to bring my triceps behind me or my biceps forward. So undo it and then try it again, and undo it and try it again. You can see I'm a little bit double jointed, but I'm trying not to feature that. But in any case, that's, I like to have my triceps behind me, then my arms feel really solidly strong. My knees are underneath my hips. Great. My neck is aligned with my spine, and my shoulder, arm bones are in the socket, right? So here's kind of out of the socket, and here's in the socket, right? So you can play with that too. Beautiful. So this super strong position, we're going to do cat and cow, and I want to invite you to inhale, relaxing your belly. So again, this is full of ease, right? Inhale, relax, relax, relax as you look up, and here's your cow, super relaxed, right? And then exhale, here's where the work comes in. Exhale, draw everything up, 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 tuck my pelvis, drop my head, and everything pulls up high into my cat. And exhale, drop into my cow. I mean, inhale into my cow. I said the wrong thing. Inhale into my cow, and then exhale, scoop into my cat. And keep going at your own pace. Really use your breath. One more time. Beautiful. And find neutral. Great. So we're now going to come into some bird dog work. And bird dog is excellent for particularly strengthening these muscles in my back, in my lower back. And we kind of call these muscles mindful muscles because I don't typically feel them unless I have a backache, right? I'm sort of unaware of them without a backache. So we call them mindful muscles because I've got to really put my, I want you to put your mind here while we do this exercise. And we're going to do two variations of bird dog. So variation number one, my arm bone's in my socket, right? My arms are strong. Variation number one is I'm going to inhale and reach my right leg up and my left arm out. And this area of me is completely still. Nothing's moving there, just my limbs reached. And then exhale and it comes back. And opposite side, inhale, reach. Feel the stillness. Exhale, come back. So we'll repeat. Inhale, feel this hug in my waist. Feel super still. Exhale, come back. Inhale, hug in my hips. Still, still, still. Exhale, come back. One more time, just like this. Inhale, out. Exhale, just to return. Inhale, out. Exhale to return. Great. Now we're going to do bird dog crunch, and you can watch me for one. I'm going to inhale, and I'm staying on this side. When I exhale, everything's crunching in, and it's very much like a cat position here. And then I'm going to inhale and stretch, and you can join me. Exhale, it's like a cat. Inhale, so it's a big crunch. We do call this bird dog crunch. One more. Great. Shake it out. I trust that you felt that. Shake it out. Shake it out. Lengthen and regroup for side two. I'm going to inhale. Exhale. Cat. Crunch it in. Inhale. And end it. Shake it out. Good, 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 good. So let us Reassert your strong arms. If your triceps came out of position, pull them into position. Tuck your toes. We're going to inhale up. We're going to inhale up into down dog. Once I get there, even though we've been here before, let's go ahead and pedal. So pedal and explore how dog feels to you. Your weight is even between your hands and your feet. Your back is long, long, long. Your head is relaxed. Your chest is effectively melting back towards your thighs, and your hip and your thighs are reaching back behind you. And your triceps are still drawn, so they're kind of drawn down towards the floor. And then inhale, full expression of your dog. Open your mouth and exhale. Inhale my right leg up. Exhale, step it forward near my right hand. And then put my left foot down at a 45-degree angle. And inhale up into warrior one. We're going to come into warrior three again. So exhale here. Inhale. And then exhale and come forward. So my heel lifts, and as my heel lifts, my forehead drops forward. And I can go as low as I want to go to parallel, or I don't have to go that low. I can even go so low that my hands come down, right? So those are choices I can make. And then inhale and exhale, step out of it. And inhale here. And exhale and come into warrior two. So just reassert from your feet, up your legs, lengthen your tailbone, lifting your core, lifting your chest, relaxing your shoulders, and really find your strength in warrior two. Let's inhale here. Exhale, reverse your warrior. So my right hand came up, and I'm looking at my right hand to reverse my warrior. Inhale, my arms are going to come up, and exhale, my hands are going to come down, and I'm going to step back either to plank or to down dog. So I can have a vinyasa flow here, or I can skip it. That's up to me. And we will all meet up in down dog. And open your mouth and exhale. Inhale our left leg up. Exhale, step our left foot forward, bring our right foot down at a 45-degree angle, and inhale up. I'm in warrior one, but my hips are nice and relaxed wherever they're comfortable. This knee is stacked over this ankle. And I'm going to take it here myself, but you can take this position wherever you'd like to take it. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale to step back. Exhale to reach back up. Inhale here. And exhale into warrior two. So you open to the side of your room and breathe here. We've got my back on the camera. Let's exhale to reverse. Inhale, arms up, exhale, come down. So once again, I can choose to step back into downward dog if I want to, or I can do a vinyasa here. Inhale. Exhale. Great. So we'll add on. So I'm going to inhale my right leg up. Exhale, step it forward, put my left foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, come forward, warrior three. Inhale, step back. Exhale, reverse. Some changes here. Inhale, take my arms up, straighten my front leg. Exhale, let's come up and over into triangle. So I come as low as I want to go. I could be this low, I could be less low, right? Wherever it is for me. But my whole chest and rib cage is turned to the side of my room, but my hips are comfortably where they are. Breathing here. And then inhale and come up, and exhale, my front knee bends in reverse. Inhale, arms come up and over. Stepping back, I can vinyasa flow, or I can just come in up into down dog. That's up to me. We will meet up in down dog with an inhalation, an exhalation. Inhale, left leg up. Stepping left foot forward near my left hand, if that's accessible to me. Right foot comes down with an inhale, my arms come up. I'm going to exhale, come forward into warrior three. And inhale, step back. Great. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, my arms up, my front leg straightens. Exhale, dropping down into triangle. We'll have a couple of cycles of breath in triangle, really opening your torso to the side of your room. Inhale, come up, bending that front knee. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, my arms come up. Exhale, vinyasa flow or straight to down dog, whatever I like to do. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale and come up on our tippy toes. Exhale, walk it forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reverse climb back all the way up and exhale. Hands on my heart. Great. Relax everything. All right, good. So, I've been talking about the core, and now I want to get a little bit more specific about how we essentially divide the core into two pieces in yoga. And we talk about these bandhas, and bandha means lock. And so if you feel and you think about your the lowest part of your root chakra, the lowest part of you here, you've got a pelvic floor, and the pelvic floor has a parachute-like material that floats up and down. And it actually floats up and down in parallel with your diaphragm, which is a parachute-like material that's right around your rib cage, right? So there's one parachute here and one parachute here, and they float up and down together. But so Mula Bandha is about, in the West we call it a Kegel, right? So I just want you to feel like, can you inhale, and on exhale, can you sort of tug up from your pelvic floor, kind of tug up from the bottom. And that parachute is pretty subtle to feel. I don't feel that precisely, but I can feel it tugging up. And as we always say with Kegels, it's almost like I'm trying to like stop urination. It's almost that kind of feeling, right? So I'm just sort of tugging up. So that, we call that Mula Bandha, and it's down here. And then Uddiyana Bandha is about this whole kind of solar plexus and sacral area. And so when I inhale, it softens. Hopefully you can see this on camera, you can see it. So when I inhale, my belly expands a little bit when I inhale, right? And then when I exhale, I really am pulling it in, all right? And so, and you can see some yogis do this thing where they really suck their belly in and suck it up and under their rib cage. So that's the extreme of Uddiyana Bandha. Okay, good. So let's just kind of do those two things together. So we're just kind of standing nice and easy. So inhale, which is full of ease, fully relaxed, and then the effort is in the exhale. Mula Bandha into Uddiyana Bandha. Draw everything up and in. And I like to think of it as coming up and in, right? People used to talk about belly button to the spine, but I don't think of it as going back. I think of it as coming up. if that makes sense. So inhale, relax everything. Exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. So I don't like traditional sit-ups in any way, shape, or form, but I'll sit around. Like I could be at the movies and be bored, and I'll do this, right? Because if I'm actively doing that, it's like doing a sit-up, right? I'm really pulling those muscles in. All right, good. So let's do something else for fun. We are gonna come back down, and we will come eventually towards Savasana, which we're getting closer to. So I'm gonna put my feet right next to each other. So my toes are kind of, my big toes are kissing, they're right next to each other. I'm gonna inhale my arms up and overhead, and my palms are coming together. And I'm gonna relax my shoulders, and we're gonna do that quick breathing. Really lengthen your tailbone here too, right? So quick breathing, I'm gonna inhale here. I'm gonna exhale and just drop to the side. Inhale, exhale, drop to the other side. So you find your pace. Couple more. All right, relax everything. So we've really worked all sides of our core today. We were places where we were consciously working the front, consciously working the back. That time we were consciously working the side, right? So that's what we were consciously doing there. Wonderful. Let us come to the front of our mat. Let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then let's step back to down dog. Deep inhale here. Really express your dog fully. Exhale. And then inhale, put your knees down, separate your knees, bring your feet together, and exhale, slide back into child's pose. So my hips are going back, and your hips may not end up as low as mine. That's okay. I'm trying to lower my forehead to the mat. So I want to be as low as I can. You might be here, or you might be a little further back. I happen to end up here, but that kind of just, everybody's a little bit different here. Just have some cycles of breath. And again, this is just full of ease. The inhale is full of ease. I can have contact with my belly and my legs. And let's have the effort be, the exhale be full of ease too. Beautiful. And then you can kind of come up for down dog, and we're going to come around to our back. We've got a little more work to do, but we're in the direction of Savasana. So when you get here, I like to lift my ribs and really lay my shoulder blades underneath me, invite my upper arm bone to come into the socket, right? A lot in life it wants to be curled forward, and I want to just invite it into the socket, which effectively kind of pins my shoulders to the mat. I'm going to lift up my hips and lengthen my tailbone as well. Leave that lumbar curve. Inhale and exhale. Just relax for a moment. All right, so one more core exercise that I really love is coming up. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to lengthen my right leg and flex my foot. I always end up coming off my mat. So I'm going to lengthen my right leg and flex my foot. I'm going to grab my left leg with my left hand underneath. I like to grab it underneath. Some people like to grab it on top, but I like to grab it underneath. So I'm really holding on to that leg, holding that leg in. And then my right hand is going to go under my head. And my hand is going to lift my head so that I'm looking at my right toes. And then what I want to do is this. I'm gonna use my abdominal muscles to lift this leg up in the air at kind of as high as where my left toes are, and then lower it almost to the ground, and then pull it back up again. So I'm kind of doing this short little range of motion. And see if you can imagine that you're hugging your hips together and hugging your waist together, and that's going to really activate all of those muscles that are doing this work. Keep breathing. So you can inhale and exhale. A couple more here. I know it's a little bit challenging. Beautiful. Okay. Hug the right knee in too. Lay your head down. Hug everything in for a moment. And then change. Left leg comes long and flexes. Right knee is captured by right hand. Left hand comes behind head. Now I'm looking at my left toes. I can still see my right toes, right? So then I'm going to activate, draw my waist in, draw my hips together, lift this left leg till it's kind of near my right toes, and then drop it without touching the ground. So I'm just kind of moving in this tight range of motion, breathing. Couple more here. All right, hug those knees in, let your head come down. Rock your sacrum, really relax. Really relax. Good, 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 good. Now, we're going to do a spinal twist that involves some core activation too. So it's a little bit different, but I'll give you options, all right? And I'm going to turn so this will be really clear. So my knees are hugged in, right? And have them be where it's comfortable for you. So your knees may be a little further away, your knees might be a little bit closer. Hi, Augie, we got a dog. So my knees could be a little bit closer, maybe a little bit further. Hey, Augie. Okay, hi, honey, hi, honey, hi, honey. Okay. Hi, Augie. We got dog bombs. Okay, so what I want to do is this. Wherever my knees are, I'm going to tee out my arms and put my palms down on the floor, and then I'm going to lower my knees to the right. And I'm just coming into a spinal twist, which hopefully you can see, right? So I'm going to, and then inhale here, and exhale. Then inhale, pull your knees back to center, and exhale and drop them to the left. So you can probably feel how we're activating the core here, right? And then inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale, and take it back to the other side. So what I want to say to you is that if this going back and forth doesn't work for you, you're welcome to just kind of stay longer on one side and then stay the same length of time on the other side. If this core work appeals to you, you can keep alternating. Great. So we're getting a spinal twist, but we're doing it with still doing some more core work. And just notice what parts of your core you feel, right? Because I feel the back of my core, I feel the front of my core, and I feel the side of my core. So I kind of love it for all of those reasons. Using your breath to do the work. Good. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to move my glasses and my water, but if you want to make this even more challenging, you can straighten your legs and you can drop long legs from side to side, and that would be more challenging. So that would be one more option for you to test. Good. So take I've got one more side to do. You might have two sides to do, whatever you have to do. Good. And then come out of it, come back to center. And maybe it's like a little happy baby. Just think about anything your body feels like it needs before you invite yourself into Savasana. So you can sort of see what your body requires. And then when you are ready, you're going to lengthen your legs and bring your, same thing, bring your shoulders underneath you, arm bones in the socket, lengthen your tailbone, relax your feet. Relax everything. Let's try arms down by my side with the palms up, which really does invite the shoulders into a good position. And come into your breath. Once again, as we come into Savasana, I want to feel easeful in the inhalation and easeful in the exhalation. I can feel the same Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha effort inside of the ease, but I just want to be easeful with it right now. And just visit your core with your mind's eye as you breathe and relax here, and just notice what you notice. What we activated in our practice today. What draws your attention, if anything in particular. You can even notice what does not draw your attention. That would be informative as well. Just stay with that exploration and with your breath. And we will have a few moments of stillness for Savasana. And you can deepen your breath. Feel your fingers and your toes to start to invite movement. If you happen to be watching this video at home, you could stay in Savasana longer as well. Let that wiggling growing into some stretching of the limbs. Feel a stretching of your core as well when you stretch your limbs. Beautiful. Now there's all kinds of ways of getting up, and I certainly can roll to one side or the other and come up slower. But because we've been activating our core today, I do like inviting you to tuck your knees in and use the rolling up technique to come to a seat today, if that appeals to you. And you'll come and sit. Maybe keep your eyes closed or eyes downcast as you come up to sit nice and tall. Your hands can rest on your knees if you're in easy seat, or perhaps up, palms up, and you can sit however you're comfortable. You could kneel, or your legs could be stretched out, whatever is comfortable for you. Let's have some breaths, final breaths together. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's inhale through our nostril. Put our mouth inside out. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you for joining me for this deep core practice today. I appreciate your time. Next week, we're kind of keep moving down the body. Next week, we're gonna have a hip focus for our practice next week. So thank you for being with me. I'll find the button to end the recording. Thank you.